let's talk about this, something new that kind of got sprung on us last week. For the last few months, we have had a disinformation czar and a unit within the Homeland Security Department. And even Mayorkas said on Sunday, yeah, I probably could have rolled that out a little bit better. Then we find out who's in charge of it. And this woman that's in charge of it, Nina Jankowicz, who's about 8.5 months pregnant, so I'm not sure how you get a job and then you can't do a job for 3 months. I'm not faulting her, but I don't know why you give someone a job that you think so important.
How long has she had this job?
About 2 months, it looks like.
Well, I'll defend her on that one, Brian.
Yeah.
She has the right to have a baby and have maternity leave.
No, I know, but if you really want to have someone head up an organization, this is the face of the organization. She's passionate for musical theater, and she also is passionate for disinformation. Like the Steele dossier is accurate, like the Hunter Biden laptop is Russian disinformation.
Mm-hmm. So she's in charge of the disinformation board. Yet she thought Hunter laptop story and continued to say that that was disinformation.
She's a 30-something D.C. creature who characterized. I mean, we're going to talk about this next hour in one of the sound bites she had from 2021. She talked about hot button issues that the Republicans and other disinformers talk about. So she has a clear political view, yet Mayorkas and others try to defend. Oh, she's
apolitical.
She'll be apolitical and totally unbiased. Look at her resume, the book she's written about disinformation, completely from one side of the aisle, dismissing anything that hurts Democrats and characterizing as misinformation anything that Republicans believe is true.
But isn't it the job of DHS Secretary to vet any of these individuals that he's putting as to run any department or to run this board? He said yesterday when he was interviewed by the Senate Appropriations Committee, Senator Josh Hawley asked him, did you know that she had been tweeting about this? Did you know that she thought that, or she was calling the laptop issue that has been proven to be authentic, that she was saying that was disinformation? His answer is going to surprise you. Listen.
She has, for starters, consistently misinformed the public about the Hunter Biden laptop story and spread the lie that it was Russian propaganda. She has consistently spread false and misleading claims about the Steele dossier, which we now know was actually itself a piece of Russian propaganda. Here she is on August the 7th, 2020, promoting Christopher Steele, the stooge who helped launder Russian propaganda, including lying to the FBI about it. Here she is lauding him. She has used social media and the public to launder propaganda herself. Were you aware of this information when you chose her, everything I've just shown you?
I was not.
How could you not be? Did you do any research on her?
Senator, I will not discuss the internal workings of the hiring process.
Why wouldn't you? It must suck. That's what it comes down to. Whatever it is, change it. Because if you didn't know that, and she still got the job and has the job, that is a pretty terrible hiring process.
Well, and the whole point of this is to not spread information that is false. And she's been doing that. Yeah. And she's in charge of the board.
Well, and remember the intel chiefs that came out and immediately put out a letter and said this is Russian disinformation about the Biden
51.
laptop. And John Paul Mack Isaac, who's the computer repairman who Hunter Biden handed his laptop over and then never picked it up, so it legally became his possession. Well, he was labeled early on, right away, as a Russian asset. He was on Fox and Friends first, asked about that, because he's the kind of guy that would be a target once you deem something misinformation or Russian propaganda out the gates. Here's what he said.
After Adam Schiff and 51 intelligence experts decided to pen a letter and tell the rest of the American people I was a Russian asset, things have kind of gone downhill from there. I had to enlist the support from Wilmington Police Department to kind of make sure nothing bad happened to me while I was at the shop, and after a couple weeks it eventually got so bad that I had to close my business and flee the state. There was a lot of things that I saw on the laptop that should not have been sent in the open, especially White House information pertaining to the Ukraine being sent to private Ukrainian citizens to benefit their business, and the national security ramifications from that alone, I felt fear for the nation.
It was and by the way, he's suing multiple outlets for the way that they disparaged him for $1 million, which is not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things, considering what was done to him. This is considered the Department of Homeland Security was created after 9/11. for reasons to protect our homeland. And here you have Mayorkas yesterday. Watching that whole hearing was fascinating because he's effectively defending the facilitation of illegals across our border and doing so more quickly.
He did a terrible job at it.
And doing a terrible, he's facilitating, he's basically helping people come across the border. And he's talking about a misinformation governance board. You were supposed to protect our homeland. Now you're targeting internal speech and helping people effectively get across the border and dismantling our border. That's what happens when you give more power to government with people with ideological views.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.